blank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Welcome. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? What's good, y'all? Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. What's good, y'all? What's good? Man. Dre is in the building. Kerry Cox was good. I see you. Felipe 210 is in the building. Rich Boy is in the building. What's good? Reese Rolex is in the building. Okay. Jay Busby. All right. Adam G is in the building. Adam G, what's good, man? I see you. Bim. Adam G is in the building. All right. Man, I see y'all, man. We have a lot to talk about. JJ, what's good, man? YC is in the building. What's good? Man, we have a lot of things to talk about, man. I think Coach is going to jump in here with us in a few minutes. We may get some greenie from LI. We might. Nick G in the building. What's good? Man, where do we begin? Bam! There he is.
We got some viewers in here.
Yeah, man, we live, Coach. We kicking it.
Well, I just want to say hello, but most of all, I want to say to the Blorange fam that you are all Knicks fans. We're glad you're here, and we love you.
That is a quote from Leon Rose. From Leon Rose. Okay.
You know what he reminds me of with that? Remember Jack Handy from Saturday Night Live?
Oh my goodness.
The affirmation, or no, Stewart something. You know, when Michael Jordan was talking with him in the mirror?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
'Cause I'm good enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. That's who Rose reminds me of. He's so cringe.
Yeah. So the interview was about 22 minutes. or whatever. It's like, I took some notes. I don't want to share these notes. What I will though is break down certain parts so that we can so that we won't, so nothing will be lost in translation, and so that everything that Leon Rose talked about got its fair due. You know what I'm saying? Like due notice. Right. So I have about 15 or 16 little scrabbles here that I want to talk about with the chat, because they need to be talked about. They need to be talked about by Knicks fans. All right. So at the 32-second mark, Alan Hahn gets right to it. Right? Alan Hahn brings up Donovan Mitchell. Right? So I'm going to go to that point and just play that a little bit. You know, YouTube is crazy, so YouTube, listen. I'm not stealing people's stuff, man. It's just fair use. I just want to play this so that we can talk about it. It's a review, right? Here we go.
It's also on YouTube.
Tell us about that.
My bad.
All right, let me start this. Okay, let me start this right here. There.
Well, I'm not allowed to speak with regard to players that are under contract with other teams. However, as you know, it is my job to, evaluate.
So my man said that they were going to be aggressive. I have to pause it right there. Y'all know how this thing worked, right? I can't say the entire thing all the way through because of the YouTube community guidelines and the fair use policy and those type of things. But Leon Rose stated right there that since the beginning that they were going to be aggressive. And ultimately, Leon Rose in that point would go on to say, you know what? I'm going to try to play it and see, make sure I don't get in trouble. Hold on, let me.
Opportunistic. Our plan was to work with what we have through player development, look at what's out there, and just as a group try to get better every day. And that's what, we've tried to do. And that process, we went through that process there. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we made the decision to stay put.
So ultimately, the Knicks decided to stay put. So, Coach, what were your thoughts when you heard that? All right. Coach must be frozen. Coach, you frozen? Okay. So Coach might be frozen. So chat. What was your thoughts when you heard Leon Rose say that? When you heard Leon Rose say ultimately the front office decided to stay pat. What were y'all thinking? Kerry Cox says, wise choice. Kerry Cox said, wise choice. Nick G said, BS. Latin Laugh says, I'm good with it. Okay. And so Nick G says, took 2 months to figure it out, right? Yep. It took that long. YC says that statement was suspect. Yeah. I can kind of. I feel like that was not the case. I feel like it was Donovan Mitchell or bust. But when they found out what the asking price was, when other part starts, Adam G says, I have no comment. And I think I know why. I think I know why. I think I know why right there, Adam G. All right. So coach must be having an issue. Let me. Yeah, but Leon was willing to trade RJ. So it's a couple, it's mixed messages in this thing, man. It's a lot of mixed messages in here. But what I want to say is I want to be fair to Leon Rose because he is in front of the. And you know what I noticed? Is this the same suit Leon Rose had on when he did the Mike Breen interview? Somebody help me out with that. Is this the same suit Leon Rose had on during the Mike Breen interview? Because it looks eerily similar. It looks eerily similar to the suit that he wore with the Mike Breen thing. And if that's the case, man, Leon Rose, you got to tighten up, bro. Leon Rose, we're gonna have to give Leon Rose some warm up, some wardrobe lessons or something. You know what I mean? It looks similar. It may not be, but it sure does look like it. And Pudge Nice says he worth $300 million wearing the same suit. Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, man. Hey, sharp eyes, bro. You got to keep them. And Gary Cox says, that's how the rich stay rich. Wow. I wouldn't know. I change clothes often. So what does that say about me? All right. So it's another part of this that I want to, hey, yo, Alawaz, you bugging out. Alawaz says Leon Rose got 30 of the same suit. That way he don't have to make decisions. Wow. I'm gonna move this up some. There's a part that I want you guys to hear. You guys got to hear this part right here, okay?
And we're thrilled with where we are. We really are. We're thrilled with the team that we have, and we feel like we are positioned very well for the future.
All right. So that part frustrates me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. My man said we are thrilled where we are. We're thrilled with the team. We're thrilled where we are. Right? What I would say to that is I think that is a little bit of politics. I think that's a little bit of politics. I think that's a cover your behind type statement. I think that was a cover your behind statement. You know what I mean? I think Leon Rose said that only because there was the potential for a lot of bridges to be burned, and he had to circle back. He had to circle back to make sure he didn't burn any bridges. Because what's going to happen is eventually these men are going to negotiate with this franchise about money, and they may point back to this situation here as one stating why should I be loyal to the franchise when the franchise was not loyal to me? And Mr. Cox says the organization made a stand. Let it be known that they are not willing to gut the team. I'm with you. I'm with you on that part. I agree. I agree that they were not willing to gut the team. At the same time, I think it's was a shoot first, apologize later thing, and they shot their shot and missed, and then they had to go back and apologize. And we all do it. So I'm not blaming them. I'm just pointing out what it really is. Right? One of the key pieces to this, though, one of the key pieces I wanted y'all to hear, I wanted to talk about with y'all is when my man says this.
I mean, the message that it sent is, RJ, you're a centerpiece of the New York Knicks. You are a key piece to our future and to our success. He is a key piece to our core. We have a great young core. I mean,
okay. So he said, when he said the great young core part, y'all know how I feel about us always saying, every time we put a young core together, we always say we have a great young core. And then when that young core goes away, we talk trash about the young core. Right? We say that, I think we throw that phrase around too much. We have a great young core. Then when that core leaves, we talk trash about it. Right? There is a 318. Let me go to 318. I want y'all to hear this part at 318.
his numbers are in the company of Kobe Bryant.
What? What did he say?
His numbers are in the company of Kobe Bryant.
What? What did he say?
His numbers are in the company of Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Kevin Durant.
Okay. All right. We'll let that go because I think he was speaking to a specific thing. I think he was talking to a specific number. So we'll let that one slide because we're proud of RJ. Right? We're proud of RJ. But here is the one thing I want to point out, because I like the interview for the most part. I know I understand that a lot of you may not, but this is what I wanted you to the only part of this interview that I totally didn't like. This is the part that I didn't like because I feel like this part was a bold-faced lie. This part was a bold-faced lie, right? If I can get him on the screen, hold on. This part right here was a bold-faced lie. And just listen to what he said with the same suit on as he wore in April.
Shop's not closed, that there's still some things to be done going forward with all those assets?
Absolutely. It goes back to what our overall goal is. And as I said, our goal is to improve, and there's different ways to improve. Our primary focus has been on our internal player development.
Did y'all hear that? Okay, so this part I felt like was a lie. Let me go back. Let me go back to it. I felt like this part was a lie, right? And I'm gonna stop the video and just talk to y'all about this.
Our overall goal is, and as I said, our goal is to improve, and there's different ways to improve. Our primary focus has been on our internal player development. We're very happy with what our guys have put in this summer.
All right. All right. All right. So this is, I think overall, I thought the interview was really good. my deal is no, Leon Rose, your goal has not been internal improvement with these kids. I thought that was I don't know if he was caught up in the moment, if there was a theme going on, like if the kids were the. So Adam G says, I have a question. Of the Knicks roster, do you see the Knicks making the NBA Finals this right? No, nope, nah, Adam G, I don't see that. I don't see the Knicks making the NBA Finals with this roster. What I do see though is that Leon Rose will say anything to appeal to the fans. That's what I see. I see, you know what I'm saying? I honestly just, when I heard Leon Rose say that the goal was that internal improvement, getting the kids better, and we all sat there and watched at times where Evan Fournier and Alec Burks played the majority of minutes when kids sat on the bench. When you heard Obi Toppin says he's struggling because he's constantly looking over his shoulder because he don't know when he's gonna get yanked out the game, and then you sit there and you say that, I don't know. I can't ride with that. My deal was play the kids, right? Like don't jerk these kids around, bro. Don't jerk these kids around, right? Don't jerk them around with minutes or emotions or none of that stuff. Play them. Play the kids. What else you got to lose? Games? We losing games anyway. Leon Rose said in April, and I played the interview all summer, and it appeared the dude had the same suit on. Leon Rose said with Mike Breen, the ultimate goal was to make the playoffs. And then Leon Rose said today that the ultimate goal was to develop the kids. So from April, the end of April, so April is what, the 4th month? September is the 9th month. So in a 5-month stretch without basketball, the ultimate goal has changed. All right, let me go back. Let me hear this one more time. Let me hear it one more time. I'm gonna just. All right, I'm listening. All right, hold on. All right, okay. So I'm gonna just play this part, man, because I just want to make sure that I don't put out misinformation. All right. I just want to make sure that I don't put out misinfo. Right. So I'm just gonna play this part right here.
Absolutely. It goes back to what our overall goal is. And as I said, our goal is to improve, and there's different ways to improve. Our primary focus has been on our internal player development.
No. See, he didn't mention a specific time frame. He said has in past tense. He said has in past tense. Hey, and so Paris Douglas says Leon is firmly running the team like a CEO. Um, um, is trumped by a updated. Well, Possibly. I understand the CEO mindset in this case. When you surround yourself by smart people, you collect intelligence from multiple different departments and then make information-based decisions based on the most updated intel that you have. I get that. I get that. I get that part. But the part that I don't get is when you don't use caveats. That's what caveats are for. Caveats are for you to make a respectful change of direction. See, the caveat could have been, we tried to make the playoffs last year. We felt comfortable with making the primary goal being trying to make the playoffs. We didn't make the playoffs, and here's the caveat that I'm inserting. We understood that that roster is not built to make the playoffs, so now we're going to place all the faith in this youth movement and move forward with them as the players that'll get us to the playoffs. But he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said the goal has been internal improvement. Basically developing the kids. He didn't say that. I mean, he said that. He didn't say the other thing. Otherwise says, I disagree. I think no matter what he says, we find fault in it. As I said earlier, two ideas can't be true until one doesn't pan out in reality. I don't think that's the case. And you and I have a a disagreement on the way we see things, because I think a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You can't be two people at once. You can't be headed in two directions at all times. You can't. That's my belief. Right? You can't be, peanut butter and jelly. You got to be either peanut butter or jelly. You can't be both. Even when you smash them together, they are still peanut butter and jelly. And I think Leon Rose is finding that this job is more difficult than what he let on. And I think the fact that the Knicks can't get, say, a star into New York is more difficult than they imagined. And I think they're struggling with it. And I don't have a problem with that, right? Because sometimes things like that happen. You take on a gig, you think it's going to be one way, it turns out to be something else, and you underestimate the difficulty of the position. And so Paris Tucker says, this time of year is just horrible approach for us. Hey man, I understand. What I'm saying though is play the kids and have faith in the kids. I don't know how that could be horrible. Play the kids, have faith in the kids. I don't know how that could be a bad thing. How is me saying or believing for the most part, and then saying what I believe is a bad thing? Because if it's different from what Leon Rose is saying, so what? I'm not going to tuck mine in because Leon Rose said something. EG 14,000 is in the building. EG says, we can be peanut butter and jelly at once. That would make a peanut butter and jelly great. No, you can't be peanut butter and jelly, bro. You can be peanut butter or you can be jelly. And when you smush them together, you can be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But you can't be a grape and a peanut at the same time, bro. You just can't. Right? One is one is the other. You bring them together, you still have two different things. It's like socks and shoes, bro. Just because you put them on your feet don't mean they're one thing. And Kerry Cox says, who did the Knicks want more? I think that would have been an excellent question to ask the pursuit of Jaden Ivey. But like he said, man, you can't really speak to a player that's under contract with another team. It's one of those deals where anything that the Knicks do publicly that maybe even the slightest thing close to maybe, crossing the line, the NBA is going to jump all over the Knicks. And it's a shame. And so Earl Alcock says, everyone keeps saying play the kids, but all play the kids when all but 3 players are kids. Yeah. Yeah. What I'm saying is I'd like to see the young players in more defined roles. That's what I'm getting at. Not just giving them minutes when it's other dudes on the floor doing the heavy lifting. Hey, and Earl, listen. What I'm saying is, you know how when y'all was little, and say the men was changing the tire, and one of the kids wanted to help, and say one of the uncles was like, "Yeah, man, go over there and get that screwdriver and bring it back. Bring me the cross-tip screwdriver." And the little kid go over and get the cross-tip screwdriver. He thinking he involved, but you don't even need the screwdriver to change the tire. But the little kid is involved. That's what I felt like. That's how I felt like Tibbs played the kids last year. Like they put the players in positions to do stuff, but no major lifting. Nothing major. Like the kids didn't have a role, right? Like when Randall was on the floor with the young players, we didn't have Randall in a position to support the young players. Mostly it was the young players supporting Randall. And so Paris Douglas says defined roles are all available to win with the clean slate. Exactly. And no. Listen, this whole thing right here that you just mentioned, the whole part, the me bugging thing, nah, that ain't true. It can't be true because you just said it. You validated what I just said in the first part of your sentence. Defined roles are all available. As soon as you said that, as soon as you typed that up, you was feeling what I was saying. As soon as you typed that, you was feeling what I was saying. As soon as you typed it, right? As soon as you typed that first part, defined roles are all available to win with the clean slate Leon Rose spoke of. As soon as you typed that, you was feeling what I was saying. Give these kids defined roles. Right? Because everybody coming in with a clean slate and all that stuff. Everybody coming in with a clean slate. I'm not saying what I'm pointing out is two different things. What I was speaking about was what happened last year. This year with a clean slate, let these kids earn these roles. I don't want you to give a kid a role when they can fight it out in training camp and see who deserves it the most. But a role is up for grabs. A role is up for grabs. Right? So if the starting 2 spot is up for grabs, and that is a roll, if the starting 2 spot is up for grabs and one of the kids wins it, I'm fine. I'm perfect with that. I'm perfect with that. I'm perfect with that. Drip Moore's in the building. What's good? DSJ, what's good, man? I see you. What's good, boss? What I'm getting at is there are a lot of things going on here. I just wish that I could track what Leon Rose is saying from one statement to the next. That's all. That's all. I want to think that Leon Rose in this interview did a decent job compared to the one he did in April. I think this one is better. I feel more comfortable with this one. Alan Hahn, though he didn't dig deep, Alan Hahn didn't dig deep. I think Alan Hahn did okay. Right. What disturbed me was the amount of notes that Leon Rose had in front of him. If this is your organization, why do you need so many reminders? That was one of the things that disturbed me a little bit. I understand that the part where he couldn't recall the young RJ numbers. I get it. Nobody remembers that stuff. It's an obscure stat. It's a true one. It's an obscure one. Nobody remembers it right at the top of their head. 3,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 300 threes, and all that stuff. I get that part. But man, look, let me see if I can. This is the part that one of the parts that bothered me, or not bothered me, but disturbed me a little bit. Do y'all see all the stuff in front of Leon Rose? Why do you need all that stuff when you are the man? And so EG 14,000 says there are going to be reports coming out of camp that Hartenstein is out playing Mitchell Robinson on every. Yeah. I feel you, EG, but no, I'm not going to do the prediction part, man. Everybody's going into the camp with a clean slate. Like my man said, it's a clean slate. He said Tibbs told everybody it's a clean slate. Right? It's a clean slate. And Paris Douglas says, you aren't hearing yourself. Yeah. Okay. Kerry Cox says, Leon is old school. Alan has an iPad. But that's my point. Okay. So y'all are missing the point. The point is we only get to see you once or twice a year. We want you to speak from your heart, man. For once can Knicks fans just hear somebody that's passionate about the Knicks speak from their heart? Otherwise, says you expect Rose to give you all step-by-step booklet to the season if he wants to pivot, call a press conference. Never gonna. No. Again, that's not what I'm saying. I don't understand. Okay. Otherwise, you've been knowing me for about 2 years, right? It's been about 2 years. When I speak to you directly, I speak from a certain place, right? Like I don't legit go into a room and write down what I'm gonna say to Otherwise. Like some of us speak, like when we want to, like when we talk to each other, we speak from a certain place. Like when you care about something, you speak from a certain place, not off paper. That's all I'm saying. If we passionate about this thing, and we really care, then you speak, then you know what I'm saying, you speak from a certain place. That's how I sound tonight, like I'm reading from a paper. 3 years? Man, time flies, bro. Time flies. And EG 14,000 says he only speaks once or twice a year because he is afraid to speak from his heart. Right. So yeah, man, it's just so it's a lot of stuff. I didn't want to get into all of that stuff because for the most part, I think my man did a good job. I don't want this thing to be some kind of bad referendum on Leon Rose because that's not what this thing is about. Overall, I think he did a good job. I took notes. I tracked some stuff just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And he spoke in 22 minutes. In 22 minutes, he covered 16 different topics in 22 minutes. Right? He spoke about Derrick Rose, Julius Randle, too many voices, pressure on Thibodeau, Cam Reddish's role here, Obi Toppin staying ready, a clean slate by Tibbs, no edict from him to Tom Thibodeau about playing time. Mitch is healthy. Our goal is to improve. The draft picks over 7 years. RJ Barrett is in rare company. Great young core. RJ Barrett's in a piece. Thrilled where we are. Donovan Mitchell. He talked about all that stuff. He talked about all that stuff in 22 minutes. I think he did a fantastic job of touching on all that stuff in 22 minutes. That's a lot of stuff to talk about in 22 minutes, man. That's a lot of stuff to talk about in 22 minutes. So I want to commend the man for doing the interview and touching on all them topics, right? My only thing in all that stuff, and y'all hear me clearly on this thing, I am commending him for touching on all those things in 22 minutes. And I pointed out two things that bothered me. One thing that bothered me because it's a contradiction from April, and another thing that was disturbing because I felt like he should have been speaking more from his heart. And that has nothing to do with how he runs the team. That is more of him having a connection with me as a fan. Right? If you want to connect with me as a fan, right? I just want some realness, some authenticity. I want like in that connectivity. I want to be able to connect with you. It's like with me and Adam G. Right? It's like with me and Adam G. When Adam G come in here, you know what I'm saying? Adam G, I'd be like, yo, what's up, Uncle Freezy? And I don't have a note set aside. Like if Adam G says, what's up? This is what I'm going to say. I'm like, yo, what's good, man? That's my man's. That's my man's. That's easy. That's all I'm saying. Leon Rose was awkward in that interview. But he did, however, do a good job at it. That's what I'm saying. And so when it comes to like, I think sometimes when it comes to our front office, I think the entire situation, us, the losing, the disrespect from the national media, all these things have us in this mindset if we have hear anything critical, then in our us against them mindset, then we, what I'm saying, get into this mindset where whoever says anything critical is a part of them and not a part of us. And I'm here to tell you that I'm not that. Right? I'm Uncle Freezy. I'm Blorange Tears. I'm Knicks fan. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it. I be here every day rocking because I'm a Knicks fan and I want some positive things to happen. And so EG 14,000 says the results of wins and losses is what matters at the end of the day, not the interviews. Yeah, EG, that's spoken like a Denver Nuggets fan. Where we are, bro, everything matters. I love EG 14,000. EG, where you been, bro? You ain't go live on Twitch or nothing. I ain't been seeing you go live on Twitch or none of that stuff. What's good, man? Where you been at? We got some Hartenstein stuff to talk about. That's if you like Hartenstein. I don't know. I don't know. So Paris Douglas says, nah, that's BS. Backhandling compliments a cat. We're all telling you, Freezy, that you are wrong tonight. Nah, bro. Your interpretation is wrong tonight. You wrong. What you just said sound dumb as hell. How can you tell somebody about how they feel? How can you tell me I'm wrong about how I feel? Think about how ridiculous that sounds. You are telling me that I am wrong about how I feel. That's crazy. If you feel a certain way, right? I'd be like, okay, I appreciate where you're coming from. I appreciate how you feel. When it comes to how I feel, you don't get to dictate that. Just like I don't get to dictate how you feel. Paris like I said, so he just did. I know because you're the boss. I got you, boss. Alawaz says, that's why I rock with you, of course, because we're going to be real 24. We're going to be, I'm going to be real with y'all 24/7, bro. The thing about Leon Rose is in this sense, what he said, I feel like my man did a good job. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying that. I want people to understand that. I felt like covering 15 or 16 different things in 22 minutes is tough. I feel like he did good considering the circumstances, right? I think he did good. Two things just kind of put me back a little bit. The change of direction, and it is a contradiction because I got both of them on tape. Right? The Mike Breen one and the Ellen Hahn one. My man said two different things in a 5-month stretch. And so it's one of them. I'm not gonna play either or. I'm not gonna play either or those because I don't want to get into trying to embarrass that man over something that he was saying. Coach, what's good?
Man, my bad. I don't know if you saw my message that I sent you.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I had a little weather around my house. I lost electric.
Yeah, things happen, bro.
Man, I was excited to see your take on what you've been saying, but oh well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah,
You seem kind of blah. Is you let down by that conversation he had?
No, I was impressed by the conversation, the stuff that he made. He made like I was just saying that he made 15 to 16 different, like he expressed 15 to 16 different thoughts in 22 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought that was impressive.
I mean, he did say some things that were, pretty straight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he gave his thoughts on. I kind of wish they talked. The guy, because the guy did ask him about the Donovan thing, and
Right.
I wish he did bring up most everyone, but he didn't bring up Cam Reddish though.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. They talked about the fake trade thing.
Yeah.
Like him requesting the trade, but I was hoping they would talk about his. But I like the clean slate comment.
Right. So he talked about Cam. He said Cam was rehabbing in a facility after everybody was gone. He bumped into Cam, and he said Cam was working his butt off to get back right. And yeah, so it was a few things he said about Cam.
Yeah.
Right. Hahn asked about his role, and so he dodged the role point because it wasn't for him to determine, because he mentioned the thing clean slate with Tibbs. Remember, he said he wasn't offering the edict on who to start and who to get minutes for. He was like, that's Tibbs' job.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he didn't address the role thing. He just, said Cam was working his butt off. And I think that was the polite thing to say. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not much that you can say in terms of summer workouts and stuff that people want to hear. Oh man, he dribbled left and went right and pulled up. Nobody wants to hear that stuff, bro. But the people just want to hear that he was working hard in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So he addressed the too many voices thing. Hahn asked him that. I thought he was gonna. I was surprised that he even Coach, you froze again. I can hear Coach. I can't see him though. Yeah, man. So he had there he is.
My bad. I was texting somebody that time.
Okay.
I got to get me a computer and a webcam and everything, man.
Okay.
Working on it.
Yeah, man. So he said Mitch is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned the thing about young players struggling, staying ready. He said it's difficult for young players to stay ready. I agree with that. I thought him pointing that out was excellent. He pointed out the great young core. And when he said it, I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. You all right over there? You need some time.
Yeah, no, I got someone. I'm getting something that I need. I'll go off camera for a second.
All right, I got you. All right. So Leon Rose addressed a lot of stuff, man. I was really impressed about a lot of that stuff, man. I think he did good. I think he did good. I think he did good, man. My overall thing with what was said in those 22 minutes is Leon Rose is basically telling Knicks fans that have real hope, like myself, Knicks fans that have real hope for the future, to just wait and see what this product is going to look like. Hey, Miss Geraldine, how you doing? And so EG 14,000 says they talked a bit about Hartenstein. They think of him as a stretch big. It's funny how every team that add Hartenstein thinks something different about him. Rockets, Young, Nuggets. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, wait a minute. Adam G says, hey, you think Leon Rose did good this offseason? No, man. I'm talking about the interview I'm talking about the interview. I think Leon Rose did good in the interview. I think for 22 minutes he did good, touching on like 14, 15. The number varies depending on how you look at the topics. Because there is a RJ topic, and when he mentioned RJ, he mentioned several different things. He mentioned how you talk to RJ after his name being rumored in trades, and Leon Rose talked about him being a centerpiece, and then he talked about RJ's performance as a young player. So there are a few things that he talked about there. Ultimately, what are y'all thinking? What is your confidence level after you saw this interview with Leon Rose? I'm interested to see what you guys thought. Otherwise says, did you agree that we got the hottest point guard on the market this summer? I don't know about the way that it was phrased. I was excited that we did get Jalen Brunson, though. Right? I'm not gonna. I don't want to speak to all the adjectives and stuff surrounding Jalen Brunson. I'm excited that we got Jalen Brunson. And Nick Yak says he did great this offseason. Not good. Big Dill says 3,000% with Rose. Okay. And Miss Geraldine says, we did it again. Tuesday, we won all 9 games, although I didn't bowl that well the first 2 games. But I kicked butt in the last one. Yeah. Hey, no lie. I was about to get concerned. Miss Geraldine, look. I was about to get concerned when I was reading it. I was like, when I saw we won all 9 games, although I was like, oh boy, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But kicking butt in the last game, that's all. It's not about how you start sometimes. It's about how you finish. And I mean, man, EG says, all I needed to know is that Tibbs has control and that everyone comes in with a blank slate. Okay. I guess that's all that matters, really, is the clean slate thing. I'm excited about that. If everyone is getting a fair opportunity to prove what it is that they can do, I think I'm excited about that. Mel Bestanon says, I like what Rose discussed. The fact that the team is going in a positive direction, looking into the future with the rebuild is great. 21 picks in the next 7 years with a young core, franchise going right. And also, I like that he broke down that he named the players. He didn't mention Jokovitis, but okay. He didn't mention Jokovitis, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Because nobody's gonna be perfect. When you get to a certain place, certain age, you ain't gonna remember everything or everybody. You know what I'm saying? Man, I honestly think that's all I got. I think that's all I got, man. Unless y'all want to talk about something, y'all want to chop it up about a certain topic. Throw your topic in the chat. I'm working on something for tomorrow. I was working on something for tomorrow, but since this came up, I bumped tomorrow's thing or today's thing to tomorrow in order to talk about this thing. But I think that might be all I got, unless y'all got something, unless y'all want to talk about something else. Mel Bester, tell me what you got. There was supposedly an anti-media policy the Knicks had regarding the Rose interview. I don't know. I didn't see that. And otherwise says Malika Andrews was real spicy on the Udoka issue. Bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I really don't like ESPN, bro. And I really don't like ESPN, man. Ivory 10 says, we can't stay put. Do we trade for a star or get rid of the vets? Staying put means mediocre. Oh, Mel Bester. Rose didn't talk about Fournier at all. Whew. He spoke about everybody, basically. He talked about Rose getting in shape. He talked about Randall getting his mind right. Yeah, he talked about Rose being down to his rookie weight. He talked about Derrick Rose walking around the facility with his shirt off. Yeah, he mentioned quickly. He didn't, e.g., he mentioned quickly and McBride and Grimes, but he didn't really get it. Well, he did talk about Grimes some. Adam G says, did you see the question? Oh, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. If you were working in the Knicks front office, what would you do to make this Knicks team a championship team? The first thing I would do if I was the team president, I would hire Paris Duggar. I would hire Paris Duggar. That's the first thing I would do. Right now, all right. Fashiza is in the building. Just real quick, let me. I'm gonna answer Adam G's question. The first thing I would do, or in the series of things that I would do, or what would you do to make this a Knicks team a championship team? That's a good question. I would say one of the first things get a young coach. The first thing I would do is go get a young coach. Right? And that's no knock on Tibbs, because I value Tibbs. So the first thing I would do is bring Tibbs up and put Tibbs in the office in between me and Paris Duggar. I'd get Tibbs off the bench and get a young vibrant head coach. Right? Probably someone like Jerry Stackhouse. Maybe even younger. Maybe even younger than Stackhouse. Maybe somebody in there, Johnny Bryant. I would give Johnny Bryant his shot. Right? I would give Johnny Bryant his shot to be the head coach of the New York Knicks. Right? Right. Secondly, what I would do is bring in former Knicks and hire them so they'll have a presence around the building. I know Starks is there in some capacity. Not every day. I know Houston is there, right? But I'm talking about giving Patrick Ewing an advisory role with the Knicks. I'm talking about giving Knicks greats more of a presence. As soon as Carmelo Anthony retires, I'm hiring him. Carmelo Anthony would be the vice president of public relations to media or something crazy like that. From there, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trading the vets for draft picks. Exactly, Kerry Cox, player relations. Carmelo Anthony would be the assistant VP of player relations. Bim. And then I'm going to go out and find a GOAT type player to be associated with the Knicks to give us credibility. Kind of like what the Utah Jazz did with Dwayne Wade. I'm going to try to find some GOAT type player to give us credibility. Somebody you still all know. And then with the roster, I'm keeping the kids and trading the vets. Sorry. I'm doing a total rebuild from the ground up. Total rebuild from the ground up. And I'm setting my eyes on young players in next year's draft, like Victor W. Hey, Nick Yak, I understand. I understand what y'all saying. I do. I understand what you mean. You know, you can only have 15 players. What do you need with 18 kids? I get that. But the thing is how do you want to go about winning? Recession proof is in the building. What's good? The point I'm making, the point I'm getting at is if you stay in this area of, so what's your win prediction? Think about that. What's your win prediction? If your win prediction is not 50, 55 games, if you think this team right here is gonna only win somewhere between 35 and 45 wins, then why keep it together? I would move all the obstacles out of the way for these kids to play. All of them. All 11 of these kids will get the opportunity to play. I'm not guaranteeing them minutes. That's if I were the man. But at the same time, I also respect other people's ability to do their job. So I'll be patient. Like I don't want to say throw somebody away. I don't want to throw somebody away when they're trying to do their job. Hey, so David L says Tibbs had these bad rosters play 11 ranked defense or better with a handicap roster, and he is the first to go. No, that's not what. Were you, David L? Did you listen to what I was saying? I just said that I would bump Tom Thibodeau upstairs with us and give him an office in between me and Paris Duggar. Chat, didn't I say that, chat? Anybody in the chat heard me say that? He said, and he's the first to go. You didn't hear what I said. And so I get what y'all are saying about this. What Andre Bryant says. Right vets win championships. But Andre Bryant, listen, you have had vets for years. Have they been the right ones? Have you won championships? King Ribby in the building. East Blue Drew is in the building. What's good, boss?
Sorry, man. X drama, bro. X drama. You hear me?
Yeah, we good, bro. We in here chopping it up, bro. It was intense for a minute.
Dang, man. I always miss the good stuff. Nah.
EG says we need the MVP talent around the vets to win championships. Right. That's exactly what I'm getting at. And the Knicks can't. The Knicks have proven over the years that they really can't go out and get the MVP level talent like that. So we have to draft it, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we have to draft that talent. And Illmatic even goes further on to say that generational talent wins championships. And see, we don't have generational talent either. And we won't be able to acquire it. We'll have to draft it, in my opinion. Draft it, develop it.
Well, sometimes generational talent isn't super obvious at first. Like when you say generational talent, do you mean like all the intangibles, like the physical talent too, or sometimes is the generational talent like they're like a basketball savant, kind of like the LeBron Jameses of the world and maybe the Jokic's.
How about I say Larry Bird?
Okay.
Larry Bird is a generational talent.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
he did it from day one, bro.
Yeah.
The Celtics had 2 bad seasons. Larry Bird show up. All of a sudden, they go 60-22.
Yeah. And same with Magic.
Right.
Yeah, and then I mean, I guess recently, obviously, you can say Doncic has been that, right away.
Right.
I kind of like Leon. You probably addressed this already. I like Leon's take on Jalen Brunson too.
Right.
How he's got that winning DNA. That's super important because winning is contagious. Winning is a habit.
Right.
When some guys expect to win all the time, it's in them like that. You know what I'm saying? And that could be contagious.
Yeah. Yeah. It can.
Mm-hmm. And like, I mean, I really think if you think about the guys, where did Mitchell Robinson go to college? I forget for some reason.
It depends on who you ask. Because he went to college, but he didn't play in college. Mitch went to Western Kentucky.
Oh, that's
was
right.
there
that's
for
right.
a week and then left.
Right.
Yeah, he went to Western Kentucky. He enrolled there, and then something happened, and then he left.
Right. And then he like declared right after that, right?
Yeah, he took the year off to work out on his own.
Right.
Yeah, and that was a disaster.
And obviously he was successful in high school.
Yeah, he was shooting threes in high school, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. For some reason, I forgot about where he, because I think I knew because it was a situation like that. I know, but like, if you think about the rest of our guys, Brunson's used to winning, obviously, with the 2 chips and everything.
Right.
Julius is from Kentucky. He's used to that kind of a program.
Yeah.
RJ obviously won at his in the high school days, and also, I mean, he was at a winning program at Duke, even though they didn't win that particular year technically, but he's used to that winning atmosphere. So you got some guys that are used to being at a high level of success. Hopefully that translates.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully.
So what do you think? Do you think Leon contradicted his past interviews he had, like that original one you referenced when he talked about our goals, the playoffs, blah blah blah, and it seemed like he really pushed the developmental side in this interview,
Yeah, I already talked about that already, man. I don't want to talk about that no more.
My bad, man.
Yeah, that was no. I ain't trying to say that in no disrespectful way. I'm just saying I don't want to make it seem like I'm slamming Leon Rose.
I got you.
You hear me? Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm assuming, because I know you covered that. I was just checking.
Yeah, I got notes and stuff right here in front.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, about the stuff that he talked about, just to make sure that I didn't miss anything.
Right.
And then I spoke with the chat from iHeart too, man. They just asked me like something just about how I felt about stuff.
I'm gonna go back and listen to that after we're done, when we have some downtime one of these days.
and so Nick Yak says exactly what I've been feeling like. He hardly played, since his senior year, with all the injuries and no college. Mitchell Robinson will keep getting better. I believe that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that too.
No, I've always been a huge fan of his obvious energy. Like he's got that pogo stick badge. You know, he comes off that ground quick.
Right.
You know, and that's why he's successful with the shot blocking and the offensive boards, because that's what translates into that.
Right.
But I mean, I think we all know what Mitch can do. It's just we're hoping he can play and handle the minutes that are expected now that to match his dollar value. Because 25 to 28 minutes. Although if it's really quality and you know the other 25 to 28's going to Hartenstein and another 8 to 10 going to Jericho or something, I don't know. I guess that translates to it's as long as it's quality minutes. I'm not really worried about Mitch's numbers per se. Like I don't think he has to be like a 12 and 10 or 12 and 9 guy or something.
Right.
But I just think he needs to be who we need him to be for the time he's in the game, and whoever's subbing in for him needs to be productive as well.
Need to be productive as well. Yeah, I agree with you. All right. So I got one last thing, man, I want to talk to you about before I get out of here.
All right.
If there is, and chat, this is for y'all too. If there is one thing with this team that you could fix, just one thing, if you can wave a magic wand and have it be, say, from say bottom third to top 5, what would it be? Coach, I'm asking you that first, though. If there's one thing that the Knicks that you could fix about this team, if you can wave a magic wand, what would it be?
It would be everyone shoots 10% higher in free throws than they shot last year.
You read my mind. Bim. You read my mind.
Great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike. So you stole my answer. Was it written? Was it on my hat? Let me see. Was it?
It was written all over your face. You don't have to say a word.
Bim. Free throws. Free throws.
Yeah,
you read my mind. So chat, that is the one thing. If I can wave a magic wand and improve this team, free throws. Because we went to the free throw line the second most amount of times, and we finished 28th in the league.
That's it.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I kind of knew it was. And you know what else is crazy about that? Our pace was so slow.
Right.
You know, we had less possessions than most teams.
Right.
And we still went to the line the second most. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Right. And it was 28th in efficiency at 74%.
Golly.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's like.
That's.
I mean, and that's stuff that you.
Those are free.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff you can it's so easy to fix.
Right.
Even if no one gets better, on the court, in general.
If everybody come back and do the same thing they did last year.
Yeah.
Except shoot free throws better. Now we're competitive.
Right.
One of the worst losses of the season that we took was the Phoenix loss, where all Alec Burks had to do was make a free throw.
Oh, man.
And it summed up our season. He missed it. He bricked it. Long rebound. They run up the floor, hoist up a 3, bank it in, and they win.
Golly. Man, I could. It's like I have all these little stains in my brain, man. Like every time I saw a miss, I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like I would say it out loud. I'll be by myself watching the game and be like, "Are you effing kidding me?"
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, I literally said that. Come on. I probably say come on, man, about 8 times a game.
8 times a game.
From the line.
Right. So, just real quick. So my Mets win. The Braves lose.
Bim.
Aaron Judge. Albert Pujols hits 2 home runs.
Wow.
Right.
I didn't see that, Albert.
Yeah. Leon Rose has a press conference. What a day. And
today was a good day.
So on that note, y'all, we're going to get out of here. Wrap this thing up. I'll see y'all tomorrow. So my topic for tomorrow, when we get together and talk tomorrow, 20 stats that will blow your mind. 20 Knicks stats that will blow your mind. That's what I was going to talk about tonight, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. 20 Knicks stats that will blow your mind.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're going to get out of here, man. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace, y'all.
Peace, everybody.